All right. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Emily Rissman. I am the Department of Corrections Veteran Liaison, and this is one of the webinar series that our Military Advisory Committee has implemented to help share some of the benefits and resources to our military and veteran employees, family members, and just our staff in general who may be interested in some of the topics. So I am weirdly enough on military orders today. I normally don't wear my uniform on my day-to-day with the Department of Corrections, but they were gracious enough to let me not have to try and reschedule this meeting. So before we get started, I did pre-brief everyone that this is a recorded video. We will take it and we will post it onto our YouTube page later because we have a lot of employees who do work different shifts, or just because of the nature of the work, they might not be able to participate live. If you are somebody who does need closed captioning, Zoom does provide that feature, and you just have to look along the very bottom and you can start that for yourself as well. If you have any questions throughout, please feel free to put them into the chat feature and I will share them with Jason and throughout the presentation. So I am pleased to introduce to you Jason from Davenport University. We have this really unique partnership with them because the Department of Corrections is what is considered a gold level veteran friendly employer. This is a program that our sister agency, the Michigan Veteran Affairs Agency, has been for numerous years. And it's very exciting to have him on board to share what this means, not only for our military and veteran employees, but all of our employees as well as family members. So Jason, the floor is yours.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Emily. I really appreciate the invitation today, and good afternoon, MDOC employees. As Emily alluded to already, Jason Boss, I am the Corporate Education Manager here at Davenport University, also an Army veteran, so appreciate everyone out there who is serving or who has served in the military. So this scholarship program is, again, based on MDOC's gold level status with the Michigan Veterans Affairs Agency. And Davenport, similarly, is a gold level veteran friendly school. So there's two programs within that. And so we decided to offer scholarships to those employers who are veteran friendly with the Michigan Veterans Affairs Agency. And with that, we're going to go ahead and get started. As Emily said, if you have any questions, please put those in the chat. Happy to answer those. Roughly, the presentation is about 20 minutes, and we'll have some time for Q&A at the end. So feel free to put any questions into the chat that you may have. And with that, we'll go ahead and get started. So this scholarship program is MDOC's investment in you, and it really does three main things. For those who are looking to pursue an associate, bachelor, or graduate level degree, this scholarship program does help eliminate some of those financial obstacles for those employees who are looking to pursue higher education. If you're already earned the degree of your choice and not really looking for another degree, there are still ways for you to better yourself through professional development. We have certification and certificate programs where you can receive a cost savings on those as well. And then finally, both of those opportunities do help open up new career paths for internal career mobility and advancement within MDOC. So for any of you who are not familiar with Davenport University, we are located here in Michigan, private nonprofit university, about 5,000 students, and we have almost 80 undergrad and graduate level programs combined. And then we also have a very large online footprint that I'm going to talk about here in about 4 or 5 slides. So if you're not close to one of these campuses that you see on the map, you still can attend the university remotely. So our main campus is located in Grand Rapids, but we also have campuses in Lansing, 2 in the Detroit area, 1 in Midtown Detroit and 1 in Warren. And then we're also up by Midland by the thumb of Michigan. And then we're also at 2 university centers, 1 in Traverse City and then 1 in Kalamazoo. So if you're close to one of those campuses and want to attend in person on the campus, you can do so. Otherwise, we'll talk about the online opportunities here in a few slides. So why you and DU? It's about personalized attention. I can speak from personalized attention from both my employment with Davenport. Again, I've been here for over 7 years now, but also I'm an alumni of Davenport, really enjoyed my experience at the university. And I think if you choose to attend Davenport, you would feel the same way. There's going to be some application information on the final slide. So if you are interested in learning more or taking advantage of this opportunity, there are going to be some helpful links at the end of the presentation. But what that is going to do is connect you to one of our admissions representatives. They're going to help you with your application. They're going to help you pick a program, request transcripts, and get you accepted to the university. Once you're accepted to Davenport, you would then meet with an academic advisor, and they're going to be with you throughout your educational journey. They're going to help you register for classes, answer any questions about that. The one unique thing that they do as well is they do year-long scheduling, meaning that you're going to schedule 1 year out. You know when you're working, you know when you're going to take some time off, you're going to want to know what your classroom schedule would be year-round, and they're going to help you with that. We also have financial aid counselors for anything financial aid related. We do recommend that all students complete the FAFSA, the federal financial aid application, to see if there's any other aid outside of the university that you may be eligible to receive. Finally, professors at Davenport, what I really enjoyed, and I hear comments from our students all the time, our adjuncts and professors are required to have experience in the areas that they teach. As an example, if I were in a management class right now, my instructor or professor would have real world experience. And the real reason why that's important is you're going to learn the theory behind a subject, but also how to apply it in the real world. And so that's something that is unique to Davenport. So we do have dedicated veteran support. Veteran connected students, I include those who did serve in the military, those on active duty, National Guard or Reserve currently, or even family members we include in veteran connected. For those who have served or who are currently serving, we do have a military credit equivalency grant that we received from the MVAA a few years ago. And what it really helped us do was to be more transfer friendly for military service members and those who've served. On average, we award 28 credits for military service alone. You can go all the way up to about 90 for undergrad transfer credit from military service alone. So if you have a military transcript, the Joint Services transcript, or the Community College of the Air Force transcript, make sure you submit those with any other college transcripts that you may have. We also have a Student Veterans of America chapter at Davenport, veteran services in all departments to help support these students. And if you have any benefits such as a GI Bill or any other type of education benefits from your military service, you can use those at Davenport. There's many ways to fast track your degree. We already talked about the military credit piece, but there's also other opportunities. And as Emily said, I want to make sure I make this very clear for those who may be joining that are not connected to the military. This program is available for both veteran and then non-veteran MDOC employees and family members. So again, a lot of ways to fast track your degree. Prior learning is really work-related experience that we award college credit to. So let's say it's your current role at MDOC. Let's say it's a job that you had prior to being employed at MDOC. You could put together a portfolio based on work-related experience. One of our academic team would review that, and then you can receive college credit that way. Davenport is an extremely transfer-friendly university. So no matter where you've attended educationally previously, a community college, four-year institution, public, private, in-state, out-of-state, we want to see those transcripts because, again, we can award college credit where applicable. And then any certifications that you may have, make sure you submit those to our admissions team along with your application because we do award college credit there as well. So a lot of great ways for you to fast track your degree completion at Davenport University. Alrighty, there's a lot of programs on this slide here. At Davenport, we have 5 main colleges within Davenport University. You can see those at the top: our College of Business, Technology, Health Professions, Urban Education, and then Arts and Sciences, both undergraduate and graduate level degree programs. All degrees that you see on the screen are scholarship eligible. So there's no limitations. Anything you see out there is going to be eligible. Of all of these programs, they can be either completed on campus or online or even a combination. So that's really great news. Some can be just online, but there are a couple that you must complete at a physical campus. And I want to kind of call those 2 out just to make sure that everyone is aware. Under the College of Technology, our Network Management and Security program is an on-campus program only. It's a hardware, hands-on type program that you'd have to take a majority, if not all of your classes at a campus. Another program would be under our Health Professions. It's an undergraduate degree. It's our nursing pre-licensure program, the Bachelor of Science in Nursing. That's a full-time on-campus program only. Outside of that, almost every program that you could see on the screen. Again, very flexible on campus or online availability. A lot of popular programs out there. Again, I don't want to really hit on too much of this because you'll want to connect with someone from the admissions team if you have additional questions when it comes to programs. But there's a lot of popular programs. We do update them, add new programs based on market need. So again, we are very knowledgeable, but also understanding of market trends. And so we do make adjustments for our curriculum annually.
Jason, for those two that are on campus only, are those available at all of your campus locations?
Great question. So the network management security is going to be primarily Grand Rapids and Lansing, and then with the nursing, and that is the pre-licensure. There's a completion program too for anyone who has a completed associate's degree and they pass their NCLEX examination. The completion would be online. So that is good to know. When it comes to nursing, though, the 4-year nursing program, we have it in Grand Rapids, we have it in Lansing, we have it at Midland, and then we have it at Warren. So at those 4 campuses. So great question. I appreciate that.
Thank you for clarifying.
For sure. Alrighty. So flexibility, very important. Teased about this a little bit at the start of the presentation. Again, you can attend one of our physical campuses. We do have 4 online plus modalities that you can learn online. Davenport's been doing online programming since 1999, so it's not new to us. We've made some few changes here with COVID, added more opportunity so students can have the flexibility to complete their classes how they choose. The on-demand is really a self-paced learning modality where you can log in at your convenience, complete your assignments, tests, quizzes, projects, really when you have availability. There usually are some deadlines throughout the week. Maybe submit a discussion board question by Thursday, and maybe all of your assignments are due by Sunday for that week at 11:59 p.m. as an example. So a lot of flexibility where you can complete your assignments when you have free time, but you do need to submit assignments and meet those objectives. Live stream is similar to what we're doing right now. We use a platform called Blackboard. That's a virtual platform where you would log in at a designated time each week with your fellow classmates and your instructor via computer. And you can attend and get that interaction that you would get similar to a classroom environment, but from your computer, anywhere where you have internet. So you can do it from the office, you can do it from home, the library, etc. But it's a great way for you to still get that interactive experience without having to travel to a campus, which a lot of students choose to like. Flex is really the most flexible option. So let's say I'm in that management class again. This week, I want to attend on demand or that self-paced. I can do that week 1. Week 2, I want to do the virtual or live stream option. I could do that week 2. Week 3, I want to come to a campus. So I'm going to go to Lansing and attend in person. You have that flexibility to attend each week in different varieties of ways. So that's our most flexible option, and it's one of the most newest ones that we have. Finally, blended is more of a combination of attending on campus and then having some on-demand or self-paced classroom time. So again, lots of great options that you have. Either you can attend a physical campus or one of these 4 online plus modalities. We also have flexible schedules at Davenport. At Davenport, we have 6 start dates per year. We have 2 in the winter, a spring, summer, and then 2 in the fall. Our next start date is winter 1, January 8th. Winter 2 is March 4th. Spring is May 6th. Summer, July 1st. Fall 1, September 3rd, and then fall 2, October 28th. These are all 2024 dates. They're going to change as the years progress and move forward. But again, there will always be 6 start dates per year. These are all 7-week accelerated start dates. They're really ideal for adult learners, maybe a transfer student or even graduate students, where you can take a less amount of credits in a shorter amount of time, but still take more classes overall throughout the semester. So there'd be 2 per main semester. If that is something that maybe overwhelms you, we do have the traditional 15-week semesters. Those start winter 1 and then fall 1 every year. We have both a 7-week and a 15-week semester start. So you have, again, multiple options there for you to choose to attend Davenport. I know with today being December 11th, we do have that start January 8th, and there's still time for you if you are interested in starting 2024 and earning your degree or an advanced degree. There's still plenty of time. I would say traditionally, you need 2 to 3 weeks advanced time to get everything completed, get your transcripts requested, get accepted to the university, do your financial aid piece of it. I have seen people even less than 2 weeks, but to make sure that you are prepared, you get your books in time, I would just recommend that about a 2-week window is what I'd traditionally say prior to a start is when you should, really be getting everything done or more time out. So anyway, lots of great options for you to attend Davenport. Alrighty. So the gold level scholarship is the premier scholarship for MDOC employees. It's up to $8,000 per academic year, and it's prorated at 22 credit hours per academic year. So that's great. I'm going to explain what the proration means here on a couple slides, but basically what it means is if you take all or 22 credit hours in one academic year, not in a semester, you're going to receive that full $8,000. If you take 12 or 9 credits, you're going to get a prorated amount of that $8,000 based on the number of credit hours that you take. And again, I have a chart that will show that a little bit more clearly here in one, I think it's 2 to 3 slides upcoming. The scholarship directly applies towards the cost of tuition. It doesn't cover any books, fees, or housing. But once students are accepted, apply for the scholarship, register for classes, it's the amount is going to come right off the top of tuition before you even have to pay a bill. So that's the great thing about that. It's for new students to Davenport. So new meaning you've never attended. Let's say you did attend, it's been more than 2 years, but you didn't finish, you want to come back and finish your degree with Davenport, you also would be eligible. Or let's say I graduated December of 2023, and I want to return with my bachelor's degree, and I want to return in January for a graduate program. I also would be eligible because I'm going from a bachelor's to a graduate level degree. So you must meet one of those criteria, and then also be accepted to the university is required. You can use any other aid with this scholarship. So this scholarship money is from Davenport to MDOC employees. So if you have any other aid, such as the FAFSA, any tuition reimbursement, you can combine that with this scholarship. The great thing outside of everything I already talked about is the scholarship is automatically renewable for up to 4 years or until you complete your degree. So if you only need 3 years, then you're good to go. But it's for the first 50 MDOC employees are eligible for the scholarship program. So if you have any questions to me, I'll make sure I put my information in the chat at the end that you can reach out to me directly. But it's a great program for MDOC employees. Last thing I'll say is you don't have to be full-time. You could be a part-time. You could take 1 class a year. You're still going to get a prorated amount of that scholarship. So here's the proration chart. So most of the classes at Davenport are in 3 credit hour increments. So as you can see, if you take 3 credit hours, 1 class, you're going to receive $1,091 off the cost of tuition. 9 credit hours, $32.73 off the cost of tuition, all the way till you get to the 22 credit hours would maximize that at $8,000. And again, that's not in 1 semester, that's in 1 academic year. And again, it's renewable for up to 4 years. So alrighty, so you may say, hey, Jason, I already have a degree, I'm good to go, but you might have a family member who may be interested in attending Davenport here in the future. We do have an additional 50 scholarships for employee spouses and dependents. The amount, pretty much everything I said previously for the employee is similar to the family member, except for the amount of $6,500. Still renewable for up to 4 years, must be a new student to Davenport, must meet admissions requirements to the university, and it's going to be a prorated amount based on that 22 credit hours, again, in 1 academic year, not in a semester, directly applies towards the cost of tuition, doesn't cover books, fees, or housing. You can use any other aid scholarships outside of Davenport to combine or stack together with this scholarship. So it's a spouse of any age, no age requirement there, but with children, the requirement is 29 or younger. So once they're over 29, they would not be eligible for children. So a son, daughter, stepson, stepdaughter would be eligible. I get a lot of questions on this one when it comes to children. Do they have to be claimed in your tax return? No. Do they have to be living in your household? No. They could be married and have their own families, still meet that criteria that I described, they would be eligible. So if you are not interested, but maybe you have a family member who might be, please share this information with them. Another question I get is, does the employee have to participate for the family member to be eligible? No, you could have both the employee from MDOC and maybe two family members from the same family attending at the same time. That is all great. So there's no limitations on that side. But again, it's for the first 50 employee spouses or dependents and the first 50 employees. So if you have any questions on that, please let me know. Alrighty, so everything I talked about up until now is the gold level scholarship for a degree, an associate degree, bachelor's degree, master's degree, for both the employee and the family member. You're going to either receive the $8,000 for the employee level or the $6,500 amount for family members. We also have professional development certificates and certifications. All employees, all family members would receive a 20% savings on any certificate or certification program that we have at Davenport. And we do that through another arm or another department name, and we call that IPEX. It's our Institute for Professional Excellence. Still Davenport University, just a more training certification area or department from Davenport. So we have two main categories. There's way more programs than what I listed here. Just did not want to have the whole screen filled up. But almost every area that you could think of, we have both the industry credential exam preparation programs, and then we have non-credit certificate programs. Again, leadership, IT, healthcare, project management, even management. I'm trying to think what else we have. So many areas, accounting and finance. There's so many areas that we can do and that we have already. So if you check the website out, you'll see all of those. But the exam prep ones are on the top. We have two in technology that I highlighted, our Cisco CCNA and then CompTIA Security Plus. For any HR individuals, we do have that SHRM or Society of Human Resource Management certification prep, project management professional prep, certified management accountant prep, and then two healthcare, the professional coder and clinical medical assistant. Again, these are preparation programs to sit for that national or industry certification. If you get a passing score after that, you'd receive that designation or credential. The bottom category under certificate programs are really non-credit certificate programs. These are a great way for you to retool, revamp, get some new skills, knowledge, abilities to be more proficient in your current role with MDOC. We have those in management, project management, supply chain, and then data analytics, as well as many, many others. So again, if you are interested in doing one of those, please, and you don't see it on the screen, please go check the website because there's a lot of availability. You may say, hey, Jason, how long are these programs? What are the costs roughly? They're anywhere from 2 weeks to 15 weeks in length, depending on which program that you choose. So much shorter than a degree, shorter than a semester. And then the cost roughly is $895 to $2,995, depending on which program that you choose, no matter what the list price says. So say it says $895 on the website, you're going to receive 20% off of that. If it says $2,000, you're going to receive 20% off of that as an MDOC employee or family member. So great ways for you to better yourself with professional development at Davenport University. Alrighty, this is our final slide, so get ready for Q&A. If you have any questions, please start putting those in the chat. Once I'm done here in a minute, if you want to turn on your microphone, I think that would be great too, if that's possible. So next steps, there's really 4 ways for you to learn more about this opportunity. Step 1 is davenport.edu/MDOC. We have a dedicated microsite just for MDOC employees and family members where you can really learn the information that I've just talked about today and apply and see what programs that we have. You can do a little bit of a deeper dive. But what that's also going to do, complete that free application because that's going to connect you to the admissions team. They're going to reach out to you and help you through that admissions process. Step 2, let's say you don't want to apply yet, but you want to talk to someone, schedule an appointment, go to a campus and meet with someone. You could do that through step 2 via the personal visit link. You could schedule a phone call. You could schedule a virtual chat, schedule a time to come to a campus when it's convenient for you. That is step 2. Let's say you want to call someone right now. You could call the 1-800 number that you see on the screen. and talk to someone from our admissions team and get the answers that you have questions for. In all areas, sorry, I almost skipped one. The QR code, if you have your phones handy, open up your phone's camera, QR code reader. It takes you to step one. So you don't have to type in the web address for step one, but it's just a fun way or a quick way for you to go and get this information without having to take a picture. So no matter what you do, talking to someone on the phone, you apply, you do a visit, identify yourself as an MDOC, Michigan Department of Corrections, either employee, family member, so that way our admissions team knows where you work and the scholarship that you're eligible to receive. So with that, I'm going to take a quick breather, see if we have any questions so far. But this is Q&A time, and I would love to hear any of your questions that you have for me. So Emily, do you have any questions so far?
Well, I have a question.
Yeah.
So is there a time requirement where they have to be a Michigan Department of Correction employee before they're eligible to get a scholarship? Like, do they need to make it out of the probationary period, or is there any time limit?
Nope, there's absolutely no time limit for employment with the MDOC to qualify. So once you get accepted to the university and then you register for classes, then that is actually when you're applying for the scholarship. It's really like a 2 or 3 questions, so it's very fast. You're going to get an email from our financial aid department asking for proof of employment. So you'd want to upload like a pay stub or maybe a hire letter, whatever you have that shows that you're an employee. That's what's going to give you this scholarship. It is required that you supply that once a year, usually in the fall, to make sure that you're still employed with MDOC to continue to receive that scholarship. If you did leave employment, you don't have to pay anything back. You may not be eligible for the next fall semester because we want to keep these spots, these scholarship spots for actual employees of MDOC and family members of MDOC employees.
Great.
A great
And
question.
then
I appreciate that.
follow-up question for that is, do they have to be full-time employees? So we offer a few unique opportunities where they're like non-career, so they work so many hours in a year, especially in our correction officer field. So do they have to be full-time employees to be eligible?
Nope, they can be full-time or part-time employees, and they would still receive the same scholarship amount.
Okay.
One thing I didn't say earlier, the scholarship is really awarded first come, first served basis. So we, the early adopters would be, front of the line. I will say that we do earmark or save 25% of both levels, both the employee and the family member scholarship. So roughly 13 or so for each in each area for veterans or those who are actively serving, because we want to make sure that they have that opportunity to receive the scholarship. Traditionally, there's more non-veterans in a department versus veterans. We're never going to turn a veteran or not provide that scholarship for a veteran. So if there are veterans out there, and let's say we got to 40 or 45 and of the 50, and someone's thinking that they're not going to receive that who's a veteran, we're going to make sure that we save some for veterans to ensure that they are receiving this or have the opportunity to receive the scholarship.
Wonderful. Yep. We have we normally go between 12 to 13% of our employees that have served or are currently serving. So
that's a large number. No, that's really good to hear. That's really good to hear.
all right. Well, I guess it's last call. If anybody else has any questions, I can try. I will briefly unmute everybody. So if you prefer to speak rather than enter it into the chat, I will do that here in a moment. So
Emily, is there a way to put my email address on here somewhere, or I put it in the chat, but I don't know if you can display the chat.
I don't think I can display the chat, but when I post it on the YouTube page, I will make sure that it is within the summary of what the video entails. And then I have everybody contact information who is participating, and I'll go ahead and just send emails specifically to the individuals that are online, and I'll include that the letter that you have sent everybody that we've sent out a few times in different email communications, so they have that information as well.
Perfect. I appreciate that very much.
Yeah. So if I did this correctly, you all have the ability to unmute yourselves if you so choose. There is no pressure to ask questions. Jason did a very good job of answering most of my questions. So I'm definitely possibly going to be signing up for one of those certificates here in the near future. So
Perfect. I love to hear that.
wonderful.
Emily, do you know if there's a tuition reimbursement policy or program for MDOC?
Yep. So all state departments have that opportunity. The kicker is a lot of times if it's related to their actual current field. So sometimes we do hear a lot of people who want to kind of broaden out, and unfortunately, sometimes they do get denied for those. So
Okay, that's good. That's good to know
yep.
that there may be funds. So again,
Mhm.
check with your HR or benefits person within MDOC to learn if you might be eligible to receive those. You can use tuition reimbursement from Davenport's perspective. So if you have that eligibility, please use it.
Yep, I know our corrections officers do through their union, so that's one of the benefits that they need because with the exception of our military and veteran corrections officers, they all are required to get 15 credit hours before they hit their 2-year mark. So we in our training council have implemented that at least our veterans and those still serving, their completion of basic training was equivalent to those 15 college credits. So
Perfect. Oh,
yeah.
that's awesome. Good to know.
All right. Well, Jason, we appreciate you taking some time out of your afternoon to providing this information. And it will take a little bit of time for our communications team to get this up onto YouTube. But we'll definitely be sharing it out with everybody once it does become available.
Fantastic. I just want to thank everyone for joining today. I really appreciate it. Emily, again, been fantastic. I appreciate you sharing it out there. And if anyone has questions, please reach out to me and I can get you connected to someone from our admissions team. But thank you so much.
All right. Appreciate it. Thank you, everyone, for participating.
Awesome.
All right. Bye.
Bye.